Okay, quick little story time as I walk in here, but I got a little bone to pick with Outback Steakhouse. A couple of months ago, I think it was like in the summertime, I made a video where I tried their Bloomin Mootsie sticks, and I said this. My one suggestion to Outback, y'all need to come out with a triple dippy, similar. Just don't call it a triple dipper, call it a G'day I don't know what the hell you're gonna call it, but put this and like 2 fire little appetizers and you're gonna have people gonna come. Lo and behold, it is about a couple of months later, and they came out with a meal that is exactly that. So, it's my job to try it, but I got a bone to pick with you, Outback, because I know you even commented on my Instagram that you liked the idea, and then they put it on the menu. I ain't even got no gift card for that. But anyway, we still got work to do. Let's go inside and see their new deals, see what's going on at Outback Steakhouse. Let's see what it's hitting on. Okay, so people who are unfamiliar with how kind of like Outback is, this is my second time going here. I know that the lighting in here is like, it's always super dark. My camera is pretty good in low light situations, but I always gotta say this stuff. You notice like grainy type of stuff. It's just because like there's one little sparkle overhead light, and that's all I got. So you just gotta bear with that. I do apologize, but I don't think it's that bad. I just always have to give a disclaimer. So the meal is called the Downunder Trio. It'll be out in a second. I also do want to explain that they have a $14.99 eat-in menu where you get a choice of a couple of different soups to start off with or salad. You also get an entree and then you get a dessert, and it comes out to $14.99. And also the final disclaimer before I get my food, there is usually background music on in here, which it is on. So if you don't hear any like eating sounds, some people don't like that. Always give disclaimers. I have to use like the noise canceling thing because any type of music like this, I can get copyrighted. But without further ado, man, I already ordered all my food because I know exactly what I want. Let's get into this video. Okay, I promise this is the last thing, but they also have a take-home thing you can do here when you order food. It's $10. I sound like I'm doing an ad. I'm just trying to inform people because I feel like that's my job, where you can pick a build your own meal. It's different steak, shrimp, salmon, chicken, and you can choose a different like side. So they got mac and cheese, rice, fettuccine Alfredo, salad, and then you get a base of like mac and cheese, Alfredo, chimichurri barbecue sauce, or whatever. So there's a whole bunch of different things you can take home, and it's like an additional $10. Now, I'm sure you have to cook it, but that is a pretty decent deal. I actually thought about doing it, but, you know, my back won't allow me to do that. Okay, so you had a bunch of different choices. I have to say this because I didn't notice the fine print when I was doing this, but a lot of these things, they do add on stuff to it. So if I wanted to get the chili, it was like an additional $3. Like, that's pointless to doing the whole thing. So this is one of the few things you didn't have to add on. This is their baked potato soup. Comes with bacon, cheese, and obviously the baked potato soup. I'm pretty sure I've had this, but this is my first time having it inside the restaurant. Hopefully it is just as good, if not better. This is better. Wow, it's actually way better. I do have to admit, as a person who hates eating in a car, but I did it for the sake of videos, eating in a restaurant is just, it's always gonna be better. Normally they give you all this stuff on the side. You're gonna put it on yourself, and it never comes out the same. But green onion, cheese, bacon, great amount of cheese in here. And the soup is like a really good consistency. It's not like thin or thick, too thick. It's right in the middle. Stop. Now, I'm sure there's gonna be people in the comment section that say, oh, this soup comes from a bag. And don't ruin stuff for people. Just let them enjoy their food. I'm actually pretty happy with this. I actually opted against getting the bread just because I don't know why I opted against getting the bread. Bread would go nice with this. But chain scale, I've had a lot of these things. I'll give it an 8. This is actually very, very solid. Also completely nothing to do with anything. I just want to talk about this for a second. If you're an Apple person, did you do the updates to like the 26 OS that they have on them? They did it. I have it for Macs, on iPhones, and on iPads. I did it for all of them. I actually really like it. I see a lot of people complaining about like the liquid screen and all that stuff, but I actually really think the update makes the ease of use better. But that's just me. If you have, let me know what you think. I'm sure I've seen complaints about people saying like they don't like anything. I don't. I did it on one of my iPhones, and then I ended up doing it on everything that I have. And I have a lot. So, completely random, but forget us. So this is what I call the G'day Mate Trio, but they're calling the Downunder Trio. I mean, verbatim, I said, y'all need to come out with a triple dippy, similar. Just don't call it a triple dipper. Call it a G'day Mate. I don't know what the hell you're gonna call it, but put this and like 2 fire little apples. And that is exactly what they did. So they do have the fried mootsie or mozzarella bloomerangs with the Aussie fries, and then they added the Bloomin petals to it. I would have liked a little mix and match, and you could change it like you know how Chili's has a triple dipper, but this is still it's a good start. I would have like some credit. In all seriousness, like I'm saying that like tongue in cheek. They might have had it thought of way before in time. There's no way to be able to prove that, but there is like evidence that I did say it. So I'm not actually upset. I just think it's funny that they actually did it. Anyway, just disclaimer again, because I know people get mad over everything. So let's start with the the Bloomin' Mootsie Trio that just fell apart, but it is really good cheese. Where we at? Oh, it goes in this sauce? I don't know which sauce they put it in. Maybe this one? No, it goes in this one. But I didn't like that one because it's their marinara. Now it's coming back to me. But for the sake of the video, let's go in for their marinara. So I can tell you don't put it in the marinara. It just sells it short. So this is their house ranch and this is their Bloomin' sauce. My suggestion is the Bloomin' sauce. It's the best one. I like these though. It's basically a mochi stick, but they use like the Bloomin' onion breading. And the cheese, all the times I've gone, has been like a good texture. So the flavor from the actual breading is good. We're gonna try the ranch too. Nah. Bloomin' sauce. So these for me are one of their best appetizers. That's why I suggested the Good Day Mate trio, but it's the Downunder trio. Good Day Mate didn't work for them. We had the Aussie cheese fries. This was my favorite appetizer we had. My family, we would go to Outback probably once a month. And the Outback we used to go to in the 90s, the wait was like 2 hours and everybody waited because it was that good. I don't think it's the same, but we always made sure we got a big plate of these Aussie cheese fries into the ranch. They're still good, but these were crazy good in the 90s. Could just be kid nostalgia for me, but they were good. They're just literally just loaded cheese fries. So you got their cheese blend, their bacon, and their house-made ranch. Always got to make sure you say house-made. We used to get like a big ass, they used to give a like, the ones they used to come out with, I don't know because I never ordered these in full here, but the pile of, it was like this high. Not exaggerating. We always got one for the table. Every single time. A lot of people did Bloomin' onion. We did these. I never heard this. But this is still a nice little appetizer trio. Whether you get it yourself or for the table. And then of course, the Bloomin' petals, which are just like Bloomin' onion pieces. That's all it is. That comes with the Bloomin' sauce. Everybody loves the Bloomin' onion. The petals are pretty much the same thing. But it doesn't come with that bottom part, which is why I kind of prefer getting the petals.
The trio's tasting okay?
Fantastic, thank you. Because a lot of times when I get the Bloomin' onion, and I don't eat the bottom part, lower part, whatever it is. So, this is $12.99. I can live with that. It's nice. Chili's Triple Dipper is $18. And the only difference is you get a choice of things, which I kind of do like. But still $5 cheaper. So it's a good deal. It was my idea, but I'm still giving this a 9 overall. What will make it perfect? Allow people to change things. So again, for my entree, you do have a choice of like chicken, steak, and a bunch of other stuff, but I said I wanted to go back to these places to try the burger in-house. So I did the Bloomin' burger. It is their Bloomin' petals, but they put on their burger with Bloomin' sauce, cheddar cheese, and then whatever trimmings that you want, lettuce, tomato, onion, and pickle. Comes with a side of Bloomin' sauce, and you can pick whatever side you want. But I went with fries because we already got this stuff, and I forgot I had Aussie cheese fries to begin with. Wasn't very smart, but we move. Here we go. Bloomin' burger. I have crapped on Outback burgers for a while, but I've always gotten them in the car. It's better inside. And again, I knew that, but still nice to see that they did some stuff to this. One, there's way more Bloomin' sauce on this than there was when I got it in the car. And both times. Two, because I'm inside, the Bloomin' petals are way more crispy, which adds a nice flavor and texture with the Bloomin' sauce on it. And the seasoning. But three, the only thing I still think is kind of mid, they use a very like meh bun. Like this is like a Wonder Bread, you know, like just the color and the It's not holding up well, but the burger altogether, it's still pretty flavorful and good. Like, I'm not mad at that. I was mad in the car. I'm not mad here. And this is me being nitpicky, but I also feel like their fries used to have a lot more, like, whether it was a salt and pepper seasoning did, seems to be a lot less, but that's okay. You can still do that. I'm not going to do it because I still have these cheese fries here. Just do that. But overall, like for the $14.99 that you're doing, like altogether, this costs less than $30. Usually it costs $30 for like one thing here, but I am getting steak. But you can get a steak with this. It is a sirloin. It ain't a ribeye. I still like the fact that they're getting into the fray with the fact that a lot of these restaurants are charging way too much, and they're at least trying to give you affordable options that are like 3-course meals. I feel like Applebee's and Chili's were the ones that kind of did it, but every restaurant's doing it now. And that's what it usually takes for places to fall in line. I think the message has finally gotten through to a lot of these restaurants. Like, one, people ain't got money like that. 2, this is not supposed to be really expensive food. It's not why people come here. They want affordable food. They want good, affordable food. It's really not that complicated. And I think 2020 skewed a lot of people in the wrong direction. So their bottom line got hit. People stopped coming because it doesn't cost enough. Because it costs too much for what they're offering. Like, nobody should walk into a restaurant and pay $20 for a burger and fries and a drink. It's ridiculous. So this, appetizer, entree, this, $15. It's not quite 3 for me level, but there is a dessert added on to that. So, still a trend in the right direction. This, 7.5. It's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst. So I'm sitting here waiting for my dessert, and I just been nonchalantly checking emails and stuff. I just smashed that. One of the worst things about eating in a restaurant, normally when you're doing a review in a car or in a crib, you try the food, right? You wrap the food up, you put it away. But here, you just be sitting here, bro. So I'm just sitting here. I ate all a damn burger. Okay, and finally, we have our dessert here. I do have to make a disclaimer. I did not see the small print on this. This is actually an additional $2.99 extra, which I did not know at the time. The cheesecake is not. There's only 2 desserts. Didn't know until I just read the little kiosk thing here. So my meal today actually will not come out to $14.99. It'll actually be like $18, but that's not a big deal to me. But I just want to make sure people know before they come in here. And the chocolate, this is called they call it the chocolate thunder from Downunder, which if I was a exotic dancer, that'd probably be my name. It is a chocolate walnut brownie with vanilla ice cream, chocolate shavings, chocolate syrup, whipped cream. Pretty simple stuff. Like, I know what this is gonna be. Charging $2 extra for this is kind of like, come on, Outback. But here we go. It's funny because she handed this to me. It was already melted, so the brownie is like a little soggy in the bottom. I don't care about that, but it's hard for me to get a taste for it because the ice cream kind of soaked into it. You know what I'm saying? This is a decent brownie. It's a decent brownie. Look, they serve this at every restaurant ever, right? They'll call it a brownie bottom pie, they'll call it a brownie sundae, whatever it is. It's the same thing. Ice cream, brownie. There is walnuts in here. Some people don't like that. Just be aware. But it's okay. It's not the greatest brownie I've ever had. I've had some really good ones that are like gooey with chocolate chips. This ain't got that. But it's warm, and I don't mind it. This, let's be fair, give it a 6. Slightly above average. It's not a crap brownie, but there are better. I just wouldn't pay an extra $3 for this. It ain't worth that. If you're telling me this is a premium item, like, come on, man. Outback. What are we doing? Okay, so I love these new kiosk things because I don't really have to wait for anything. I can just pay before I dip. We just get a quick rundown. The seltzer obviously was free. Doesn't cost anything. But the trio, like I said, $12.99. Their little like Aussie meal deal that they have was $14.99. But the Thunder from Down Under was an additional $3, which brings my bill to $33. I'm gonna be honest with you, that's pretty damn good for this. Like, it's a little bit more than an Applebee's, but it's barely more. Do I think this is better than Applebee's? Yes, I do. So Would I come back to do this for like a lunch or something? Absolutely. Yeah. And I do think this take home thing is also pretty cool. I'm glad they're doing things like this because again, food is getting out of control. It's not where it was, but it is better than what it was even 6 months ago. So it's a step in the right direction. I think if people continue to speak out and speak with their wallets, we will get more changes. If you think it's a good deal, then do it. If not, I wouldn't waste my money either. Like, these places have to understand you don't do anything without consumers. So let me settle up. Let me make sure I give the waitress a nice tip. She was a very nice woman. And that's it, man. I appreciate y'all for watching. Outback, you took my idea. I know you did, bro. It's okay. Nah, it's all good. We'll be back tomorrow. More content, man. The hand signs, they made it to YouTube.